President Trump on Wednesday signed an executive order that he says would improve the lives of patients with kidney disease while lowering healthcare costs. Kidney disease, the ninth leading cause of death in the United States. I'm sorry, I'm reading this so terribly. Makes up 20% of Medicare's payments to providers per year, and the proposal is expected to save about $4.2 billion annually. The order signed by Trump would direct the Department of Health and Human Services to revamp a system that currently favors more expensive treatment in commercial dialysis centers. It aims to address the U.S. organ shortage by incentivizing people to donate while increasing scrutiny of the 58 nonprofits that called organs from deceased donors. And it would emphasize early treatment to show the progression of kidney disease, as well as early transplants and home-based dialysis for those with end-stage kidney failure. This action will dramatically improve prevention and treatment of this life-threatening illness while making life better and longer, Trump said at a signing ceremony Wednesday surrounded by patients. By 2025, Health and Human Services wants 80% of new patients to either be receiving dialysis at home or receiving a transplant. So I've made it very clear I'm a person who thinks that a lot of the good that I could, credit to Trump, and it's not a lot of it, it always feels like a half measure. So when you look at the First Step Act, it was this really basic kind of reform for criminal justice, and I said before that Republicans would take something as milquetoast as that and go and say, "Oh, see, we're trying to reform the system. Look at all this stuff we're getting done," even though the point of that bill should have been, "Hey, this is just a little concession point that we all have. Let's see how further we can get in our negotiations, and then we can pass something bigger later on," which is even what Van Jones said about it. But going back to this, you literally have the single payer option that is used in all these other developed countries. And it's almost like Trump doesn't want to accept his own premise. Because, like I've said before, he has a book where he states his support for that system. And I can't take these other healthcare approaches seriously. Whether it's something like ambitious, like, oh, here's this new law, or it's an executive order like this, because they're all trying to do what single payer would do, except on a much smaller, again, milquetoast level. So, is this a good thing? I guess, but like I said, the only way to get serious about actually assisting people with health issues is to implement that system. So, one small step at a time, I guess.